Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Aiman bin Masri. I'm from class ME1 and this is
And I'm Mustafa Danish, and I'm also from MUN. And today we're going to present about bridging the education gap. Are we meeting the needs of all students?
so these are the names of our group members. Okay. So these are the contents. We'll be overviewing 8 different subtopics. Next slide. So the introduction for our report. So education plays a vital role in Malaysia's development. It serves as a bridge to opportunities for growth. However, despite ongoing efforts to improve the education system, disparities in access, quality, and resource remain quite evident. Particularly among students from different financial backgrounds, many underprivileged students struggle with financial constraints, limited learning materials, and inadequate institutional support. The study explores these challenges, evaluates the effectiveness of existing policies, and proposes solutions to bridging the education gap, ensuring equal opportunities for all students. So, the overview of educational inequalities in Malaysia. The impact of socioeconomic status. As we all know, students from low income families face significant barriers to education success, including limited access to resources, inadequate support systems, and fewer opportunities for enrichment, which perpetuates cycles of poverty and hinders social mobility. So, what are the factors contributing to the education gap? So, we have three main factors that we've included in our report, which is the first one, socio-economic barriers. Financial constraint limit access to quality education, resources, and extracurricular activities. This all requires money. So, leading to a higher dropout rates among disadvantaged students. The second one is institutional quality disparities. Urban schools often have better funding and resources. They have a lot more higher quality resources, while rural institutions struggle with inadequate facilities, trained educators, which affects students' performance. They lack the basic needs. And technology access issues. The digital divide restricts students from lower socioeconomic background from engaging in online learning, exacerbating exacerbating educational inequalities, especially highlighted during the COVID-19 pandemic, where everyone needs to use a tablet or a laptop to learn. Okay. So, what are the impacts of financial background on education access? So, financial barriers to education, um, especially in UTP, as we have seen, high tuition fees and associated costs create significant obstacles for low income families, often forcing students to abandon higher education or settle for less prestigious institutions with limited resources. Resources disparities in schools. Schools in affluent areas benefit from better funding and resources, while those in economically disadvantaged regions struggle with outdated materials and inadequate facilities, perpetuating educational inequities. So, extracurricular participation limitations. So, financial constraints also hinders access to extracurricular activities, which helps enhance educational experience, disproportionately affecting students from low-income families, from low-income backgrounds, and limiting their overall development and future opportunities. Okay.
So we have done the surveys and we have collected data from our forms, which is we choose methodology. The quantitative approach ensures systematic data collection through structured surveys, enabling the analysis of educational inequalities with measurable and statistically significant outcomes relevant to UTP students. And for the second one is diverse participant insights. By targeting a varied demographic within UTP, the survey captures a wide range of financial backgrounds and educational experiences, enhancing the understanding of system barriers in Malaysian education. For the insights from UTP students, we got mostly for this is the three, which is for the first one is financial impact on education. A significant percentage of UTP students report that financial constraints hinder their ability to pursue higher education and access necessary resources. Need for teacher development. The majority of respondents of our form is emphasize the importance of ongoing professional development for educators to enhance teaching quality and adapt to modern educational demands. Urban-rural resource disparities. St- Students from rural areas face substantial challenges due to limited access to educational resources and technology, highlighting the need for targeted interventions to bridge these gaps. The analysis of current policies and their effectiveness. Strength in policy framework. Established policies provide a structured approach to enhancing educational equity in Malaysia. Weakness in implementation. Disparities in resource allocation hinder effective policy execution, especially in rural areas. Then, opportunity for digital integration. We can expand the technology access. It can significantly improve educational outcomes for marginalized students. And for the last one is threat from socioeconomic barriers. Persistent financial constraints continue to limit access to quality education for low-income families that or from rural areas. So for the conclusion of our presentation, the study highlights a significant education inequalities in Malaysia, particularly in access, affordability, institutional disparities. The key concerns include high education costs, financial aid gaps, urban-rural imbalances, and the impact of teachers on student performance. The shift to e-learning has further exposed rural infrastructural shortcomings. Addressing these challenges requires collaboration among stakeholders to implement inclusive policies and enhancing the teacher training, improve infrastructure, and expand scholarship, ensuring equitable education for all students. So that's all from us for the presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.